If you're wearing makeup, look in the mirror. Do you see texture? Do you see bumpiness? Do you see large pores? Do you see dry patches? Does your makeup, the foundation, look like it's actually one with your skin, or does it just look cakey on your skin? Perhaps you just keep buying this foundation, that foundation, another concealer, another primer, and you're spending so much money trying to buy all these different makeup products, and maybe you're just buying a ton of different foundations every time a new one comes out because you're hoping that maybe that will be the new foundation that will make your skin look fresh, glowy, airbrushed, without all the texture and dry patches. But if none of that is working, maybe it's not your makeup or your foundation that is the problem. Maybe it's the canvas that's not prepared before you put on the makeup. Same way if you're painting a wall in your house, you know, think of the wall as our face, our canvas, and if you put paint all over that wall without prepping it first, it might not look that good. You might have uneven texture underneath. You might have some old paint that's peeling off and leaving those flakies on there. Same thing with our skin. If we don't properly prep our skin before we do makeup, I mean, we probably could spend thousands on different makeup products trying to make our skin look the right way. So today I wanted to share with you a little trick or hack or whatever you want to call it that could potentially change your entire makeup game. I've already cleansed my face. This is one of my favorites. This is by CeraVe. This is their foaming face wash. Use whatever cleanser works best for you, or perhaps you don't even like to use a cleanser in the morning. Maybe you just splash your face with water. Whatever works best for you, but for me, I personally like to always use some type of a cleanser in the morning to cleanse my face. I normally leave my skin damp after I have cleansed it. Of course, now that I'm talking, my skin is already dried, so I'm just gonna lightly mist it with a little bit of this spray water. This is by the brand Aven, and it's just got a super light, fine mist. This is a holy grail product. I mean, you don't need to have this as a spray mist. You could just go back in your bathroom, splash your face with water, but this is a thermal spring water. It has minerals in it, so this to me is very calming on my skin. When I used to use prescription strength Retin-A and I was dealing with those Retin-A flakies, whew, this saved the day for me because it's very cooling, and of course the minerals and stuff that are in it, it just helps my skin to heal a little bit faster. This is an amazing product, but it's not something that you need. Just, you know, don't be lazy like me. Go back in the bathroom and dampen your skin. And now for the huge tip that potentially might make your makeup look absolutely amazing is using an exfoliator when you do your skincare routine. I'm not talking about using a physical exfoliator, one with beads or scrubbing. Now, if that's something that you like for your skin, go for it. Me personally, I don't like to use scrubs or any of that because since I have a hyperpigmentation called melasma, you can see some of it here. Some days it's darker, other days it's not. But with my hyperpigmentation, with my melasma, using those scrubby things, even though they seem to be gentle, that can actually be triggering inflammation inside the skin, and those melanocytes that are what is responsible for causing that darker pigment, it can activate those melanocytes, and then they can get angry, then they come to the surface, and then they can trigger more excess melasma and pigmentation. So for me, I steer clear of, you know, any types of scrubs. For my exfoliation step today, I'm going to use this product. This is a newer one by Neutrogena. This is their Skin Perfecting 9% AHA PHA blend. This is gentle enough to where it doesn't cause irritation on my skin, but it's strong enough to where I get a beautiful glow and a beautiful exfoliation. It gets rid of any of those flakies. If I have any texture, it helps smooth out the texture, and it also helps to brighten my skin. This one step right here, you know, it doesn't have to be this exact product. You can use whatever exfoliator works best for your skin, but I wanted to share this because I like it and it's affordable. But this one product right here can make a huge difference in how your makeup looks. So I just use these little 2x2 wipes. I get these on Amazon. I'll link them down below. This is a pack of 200. You know how like little cotton rounds or cotton balls will always leave like little cotton lint things on your face? That will never happen with these. That's why I love, love, love these. And these don't absorb all your product, like the reusable ones that you can just wash and keep using. So I like to just buy a big bag of these, and these will last me a long time. You could even use some clean scissors and cut these in half, and then you have a pack of 400. These are something I've used for many, many years. This is a holy grail product. So I just pour a little bit of this on this cotton pad here. It just looks like water as it's coming out. Super, super liquidy. And a lot of Neutrogena products have fragrance, so I was pleasantly surprised that this one is fragrance free. So I will just take this and gently wipe it across my face. And I don't get all the way up under my eyes, but I'll get right here where this bone is under my eyes. And then don't forget your neck and your chest. I always like to do the back of my neck as well because I wear my hair back a lot. So if I'm only focusing on skincare on the front of my neck and chest, but not the back of my neck, I don't want to have an old wrinkly back of my neck and then the rest, you know, look younger than the back. So I always try to do the back of my neck also. And then anything left over, I always do the backs of my hands as well. Why waste it? Now I like to let this sit on my skin for a few minutes before I move on to my next skincare step. This is one you don't have to rinse it off. Sometimes this feels a little tacky to me, so sometimes during the day I will let it sit on my skin for about 3 minutes and then I rinse it off if I just don't want that on my skin. But usually once I use a hydrating product over top, that tackiness completely goes away. But already this is giving my skin such an intense glow. My skin feels super hydrated because the acids that are in here not only hydrate my skin, they basically just eat off any of that little dead skin. Maybe you have those flakies or that textured area. For me, even though this is a gentle chemical exfoliator, I feel like the results I get are so much better than if I were to use, you know, something with scrub or beads in it. This has a combination of some glycolic acid, some mandelic acid, which mandelic is one of my all-time favorite acids because it's gentle and it's really effective. I can't use a lot of skincare products that are just glycolic acid exfoliants because they are just too strong for my skin. The glycolic acid is a smaller molecule than mandelic, so it is able to go a little bit deeper down and to exfoliate. But for me, using straight glycolic acid products is a little just too intense for my skin, and then I'm kind of defeating the whole purpose because now my skin is irritated when I use some of those other ones. So with this one, I don't get any irritation on my skin at all. This to me is formulated really well because it has a combination of the alpha hydroxy acids, the glycolic acid, and the mandelic, and then it also has the PHAs, the gluconolactone in it. So it's a combination. It's not just one super strong acid, it's a nice combination of them. So I feel like it gives it a nice balance. I think this is a really beautiful, affordable exfoliant that can be used a couple times a week, and it can really help make your makeup look super smooth, glowy, no dry, patchy areas. You might just need a little bit of chemical exfoliation on your skin so that your makeup will look good. The other thing that using a chemical exfoliant can do, if you feel like your skincare products are just sitting on the surface and you're like, they're just not absorbing, everything's just piling on the top and pilling up and sitting on the surface, you might just need to do a good exfoliation on your skin so that your skincare can also penetrate and go to work in your skin and do what it's supposed to do versus just sitting on the surface. So on the days that I do use an exfoliator, I always like to use some type of a hydrating product over top of it. So I'm just going to use one of my favorite products from the brand Dermatology. This is their needleless serum. They say this is like a Botox type product in a bottle. Of course, it's not the same thing as Botox. However, this is a beautiful hydrating serum that will help plump up the skin, make the skin super glowy, but this is jam-packed full of peptides that are gonna help add that hydration to the skin, but also help firm the skin. It's got glycerin, it's got hyaluronic acid, this has niacinamide, this has ceramides in it. If you're looking for an all-around amazing skincare product that pretty much is like the vegetable soup, has everything in it that your skin could use, this is a beautiful, beautiful product for that. And this layers so well with other skincare products as well. Since I just exfoliated my skin, now that my skin is ready to kind of absorb and suck up the next product that I put on it, I want to add this needleless serum so I can get that burst of hydration, but let all those peptides and the other ingredients go to work in my skin so that my skin will be super plumped up and dewy. It'll help kind of look like it fills in my fine lines and wrinkles because it's just plumping everything up. This is what's going to make my skin look super dewy and hydrated without being greasy and slimy and not having to pile on a ton of different moisturizers. So I just do about half a dropper full of this. So all I've really done are 3 steps so far. Cleansed my face, left it damp, put on my exfoliant, then I put on my needleless serum from Dermatology, and then my final step, I could either moisturize and then just go to bed if it's evening, but it's daytime, so I'm not even going to moisturize because the next step I'm going to use is a moisturizing sunscreen. So instead of me using a separate moisturizer and a separate sunscreen, this has both of them in it. You just have to make sure you use the proper amount, obviously, to get the proper protection. This is another product by the brand Dermatology that you've probably heard me talk about for many years. This is one of my favorites. This is the Dermatology Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. Many have asked me because they don't like to use a tinted product, but they also have one that's non-tinted. So I'm just going to show you what this tinted one looks like. And then I have the non-tinted one here as well. And to show you what that one looks like. So it's not really a dark tint, but you know, for some people this might be too dark. This doesn't act like a foundation, but it does give me a little bit of coverage to kind of, you know, hide any discoloration or redness in my skin. It's like a sheer tint on my skin. And then some people asked if they could put this on their eyes. Yep, I put this all over my eyes without any irritation whatsoever. And then since I already have this one out, I'll put this one on my neck and on my chest. So this one looks white at first, but once you rub it in, there's really no white cast. Get my ears. And then also, since we put that exfoliator on the back of our hands, do not forget to put sunscreen on the backs of your hands. I might even put just one more pump of that on. That is it. My skin is plumped up. It's glowing. I don't have a bunch of texture. My skin is smooth. I don't have any dry, peely flakies anywhere. And then if I do decide to put on makeup today, my makeup will go on smooth and look airbrushed. If you don't exfoliate and you try this little trick, let me know how your makeup looks afterwards. Let me know, does it make a difference in the way your makeup goes on? I think it makes a huge difference in how my skin and my makeup looks when I exfoliate, but don't go crazy and do it too much. I wouldn't exfoliate more than once a week, twice at the most if it's a gentle exfoliator like this. And you know, some people might only be able to exfoliate once a month. So just know your skin. If it's feeling irritated, I wouldn't add on an exfoliator that day. And if you wanted to see the video of my thoughts on what happened when I mixed this into my foundation and how it made my skin look, I will link that video up here if you'd like to check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.